Without counting the tour performances, BTS has performed Dynamite live 35 times. I wanted to find the best of these performances, so I watched each one of them and gave them scores in 5 different categories: the general idea of the performance, the outfits, the stage, the wow factor, if there is something negative, and how important is the event. Each category can add up to a maximum of 10 points, and if there is something negative, points are subtracted. 50 is the highest score, but in the end, this is just me ranking all these performances from my least favorite one to my most favorite one. This performance for radio.com is literally a dance practice with live vocals. The outfits are what they would wear in a rehearsal, and the stage looks like the room where they practice the choreographies. The boys are the ones that stand out the most, but the camera shots erase a lot of the choreography, which is the most striking thing in the dance practice. If it wasn't for the Bangtan Bomb, there wouldn't be any official videos, and the videos for radio.com don't really matter that much. This performance was for their online concert, and it was part of a more personal section, so they wear casual clothes on a regular stage. What stands out the most are the fans watching the live show on the background screen, but this doesn't take away from how exhausted the guys are, since they had already performed several songs before this one. However, this performance, or rather the concert in general, is quite important to the fans. This is BTS's first online concert, and it holds the record for the most viewed online concert. In this performance, they just casually danced the choreography. They wear a lot of green because of the Tokopedia logo, and the outfits as well as the stage resemble an office environment. I like the lighting, but in general, they look a little tired. This performance was done as promotion for this big Indonesian brand, but an official video doesn't exist, even though they were ambassadors. This performance is calm with no choreography, and the outfits are kind of retro. The stage has no decorations with the exception of spotlights. The best is definitely Jungkook and Jimin's improvisation. But still, the performance is quite simple and can seem like a rehearsal. This video could have given some visibility to Grammy voters. However, there is no official video available, so we don't really know if it had any kind of impact. Here they just dance the choreography in front of the palace. The outfits and stage were originally for Idol's Jimmy Fallon performance, so they wore traditional Korean clothing in front of this important palace. Everything, along with the lights, looks very nice, but it definitely does not go according to the song. What stands out the most, apart from the palace and the choreography, are the improvised moments. This performance is like a dance practice but with a lot of production. But again, this is not a live performance. It's a gift for ARMYs that they give every year for the Chuseok holiday. This is a cheerful performance despite them being sad most of the time. I don't know if the outfits are totally retro or modern, but they still look very good, and the stage is completely white with some spotlights. The best part is when they stand up and the chairs disappear. Although it is true that this performance is quite simple, it gave them some visibility when they were named Entertainer of the Year by Times Magazine. This is another performance where they are seated, but it is not bad at all. The outfits are retro and have patterns, and for me, what stands out the most is their hair. I cannot figure out the stage concept, but it doesn't draw much attention, with the exception of the amount of lights. What stands out the most are the camera shots that are very close, which makes their hairstyles shine even more. And yes, it's pretty simple, but this morning show usually exposes them to new audiences. This performance starts big. There are screens with interesting designs and animations. Everyone is in black and white suits, and the stage is filled with graphics on the floor and on the background screen. This is what stands out the most, as well as the absence of Suga. And another minus point for how difficult it is to find this video in good quality. This award is known in Korea, but with very little accessibility to its videos on official channels. This is the most disco they have ever been. I like this performance, but it is true that the outfits were a bit controversial. Some did not like it at all, but I do not consider them totally horrible. They are just not that coordinated. The stage resembled those disco dance floors. There were lights and lasers of all colors, and what is most striking besides the dance floor is the introduction, and that Suga is not there. This performance was part of Big Hit's year-end show, which is quite big, but those who watch it are generally already fans. The general idea of this performance was to dance in front of New York City from Korea with a green screen. I don't know if they're wearing retro outfits, but they are not as colorful as they are in the official video. I feel like they were going for a New York look. The stage was an emergency green screen because something happened with the location they chose. So while it is true that their dancing stood out in a positive way, it was very happy and coordinated. The green screen was very obvious because of the images they decided to put on screen. The background was going crazy at times, and the graphics really stood out. But this was their debut live performance of Dynamite, and it was in a recognized award show in the United States. This was the most viewed Dynamite live performance ever, and it attracted many new fans. This is just a cheerful Christmas performance with Christmas costumes in front of a house with Christmas decorations, and where what stands out the most is the Christmas theme. However, it's nothing out of the ordinary, and Suga is not there. This performance was for a Japanese TV show and had a considerable number of views. Here they performed Dynamite in a theater, and Jungkook plays the drums. They were simple black and white suits, but Jungkook's blue hair is legendary. About the stage, it's just a theater with some lights. The wow factor was definitely Jungkook playing the drums, which was a huge surprise for everyone at the time. This performance was for a charity event, and you had to pay to have access, but it's now public in Bangtan TV's YouTube channel. This is a calm performance from home with achievements popping out on screen. They have everyday outfits with a retro touch, and the stage is a white room with soft purple lights that doesn't really draw any attention. What stands out the most are the achievements that appear on screen from time to time, and it is quite simple, but it was for the Grammys YouTube channel, so there was some visibility there. This is a cheerful performance with no choreography and a live band. They are all wearing the same white suits, so I don't know how to feel about them. The stage displays their MTV awards and their golden and platinum discs. Their voices here are very stable. Maybe because they are sitting, but it's not only that, they don't seem tired at all. Unplugged, it's an MTV series that had music legends, and BTS's concert had a lot of TV audience as well as YouTube views. After singing Life Goes On a train, they danced to Dynamite in front of a train station. They were the perfect suits, they are simple but stylish. The stage is totally set like a train station, and this concept together with the outfit are what attract the most attention. That and that Suga is not there. And I had no idea, but these awards are big in Japan. This was a calm performance with an atmosphere similar to the official video. They have the same outfits they had in the video. The stage is nice and warm, and I like the detail of the letters on the door. There isn't really one thing that stands out that much, but if I had to choose one, it would probably be the outfits. Everything else is pretty simple. This performance was for a Japanese music festival with the top artists in Japan. The concept is Dynamite in an art exhibition. They all wear suits of the same shade of blue and white, and the stage, like I just said, is set in an art exhibition. The guys actually did those paintings on their show in the suit, which gives the performance a very personal touch. For me, the paintings, especially the colors of this, are what stand out the most. Still, it's a pretty simple performance without Suga, which was for a Japanese festival. This concept is a cool place that feels like the beach. The outfits are light blue and white. Everything looks very cool and relaxed. The stage is a white room with a beach in the distance that doesn't really distract from the choreography, which includes some freestyle. This performance was for another famous morning show in the US. This concept is retro video games, all dressed in red and blue with jeans, in front of a stage that has geometric shapes, fluorescent lights, and vintage arcade machines. What stands out the most are the colors, both on the stage and in the outfits, but it is still a routine performance without Suga, and this was for a Japanese award show. This was the first time they sang Dynamite Slow Jam remix, and it's on the stage set like a bar. They wear yellow, blue, and white suits, and Jungkook is blonde, which was a surprise. The stage is huge. It's not only the fact that it's set up like a bar, but there are fluorescent lights everywhere, and for some reason there's an elevator. What stands out the most is the version they are singing, which is slower and quieter than the original. And well, Suga is not there. But this was their first performance of 2021 at a major Korean award show. This concept is Cartoon City. BTS dances to Dynamite in brown and dark blue outfits in front of screens showing a cartoon city with passing cars. Of course, when they show the army bombs in the seats, it's a little sad, but that doesn't take away from how interesting the background graphics are. And there's no Suga. This performance was for a Korean festival with moderate views. This is a cheerful performance with many stage changes in a Korean building. They are wearing white, black, and orange suits. They recreated the Grammy stage and then went up to the roof where the city can be seen. What I liked the most was the fact that they recreated the stage. That and the fact that Suga was finally back to dance the choreography, and the stage presence from the 7 of them. However, they weren't able to sing the full song and the awards didn't treat them very well, so it felt bittersweet. This was the first time they performed Dynamite Holiday Remix in a stage set in the streets at Christmas. They all wear white suits. The stage has some fake stores with Christmas decorations while it's snowing, and where Suga is a snowman. In addition to the stage, what stands out the most is the choreography, that is a little different from the common one. This has new dance steps and dynamics. Suga does not participate in this performance, which is for a Korean show. This concept is Dynamite in a city by day and by night. Here, BTS sings dressed in retro outfits with patterns that they all share. The setting is a mini city with lots of details, like one of those chairs in the park, a car, and one of those things where they used to sell newspapers. There's also a green screen background with interesting transitions. What stands out the most is the dynamic of lights and the city, but there isn't really a connection between the choreography and the stage because they leave those interactions for Make It Right, which they sing after Dynamite. This festival is not that famous or important, but in 2020 it had a viral performance that may have contributed to the visibility of this performance. This is a performance in an airport terminal with a very good live funk band. They are all elegantly dressed in the same color. Basically, they rented the terminal number 2 of the Incheon International Airport. And on the screen where the places of the flights are seen, they put the cities of what could have been the tour. Apart from the airport, what stands out the most is the live funk band. It is very difficult to find the video that was seen on air, which has better shots than the Bangtan Bomb. But the good thing is that the live version that was seen on TV was very good. The BBMAs are one of the most important award shows in the United States. This is a full disco performance on a stadium stage. The outfits seem to be made of a fabric which I'm not sure what it is, but it looks very disco. The stage had fluorescent lights, floor lights, and fireworks. What stand out the most are the outfits that go very well together with the lights. And this performance was quite relevant since the AMAs are one of the most important and viewed award shows in the US. Jimmy Fallon and the band The Roots sing along with BTS in an a cappella performance of Dynamite. The outfits, which are retro with jeans and the colorful backgrounds, are not as captivating compared to the a cappella concept, but they are still very good. I like that they had their names in English and Korean on the screen, and I really like the creativity that is characteristic of a Roots performance. Jimmy Fallon's show is very popular, and performances with The Roots are highly viewed. And while it's true this video has good numbers, I feel like it wasn't really appreciated as much because BTS performed all week and the views are divided, which isn't bad, but this performance is one of my favorites and it wasn't discovered as much by non-fans. The general idea is BTS as skating rink workers who stop cleaning to start dancing. All these obviously set in the disco era, so the outfits are retro. In fact, they are the same as the a cappella performance because they are both for the same TV show. The stage was a skating rink with disco ball games and dynamite letters in color lights. What caught my attention the most were the opening scenes where they were seen cleaning, playing basketball, turning on the old radio, and then skating after performing. This very good performance was for Jimmy Fallon's show, which is one of the most watched late night shows in the US. Imagine BTS leaving a stage in a truck after singing Life Goes On, then getting on a plane and ending up in James Corden's recreated studio in Korea. All dressed in white is perfection. The truck has the BTS logo. The airplane is not part of the stage sets, it's real. And the replicas of James Corden's stage and studio are identical. The big production is noticeable. However, there is not always a choreography or an order, so it can be seen as a bit improvised. Still, this is a very good performance in a well-known TV show. This is basically a tribute to Michael Jackson. The outfits are very bright and the inspiration of Michael Jackson is noticeable, especially in Jimin's outfit. The screens and the lights changed a few times. First, there are warm colors, then there's the dynamite letters, and then there's firework graphics at the end. The best part of the performance is without a doubt the dance break that is notoriously inspired by Michael Jackson because of the dance steps and the rhythm of the music. The only negative is that Suga is not there, but this was still a great performance in one of the most important and viewed Korean award shows. In this performance, they start going through some colorful tunnels that then fly away and the boys are left on the stage with screens with colorful graphics and fireworks that write dynamite at the end. I feel that the outfits are very representative of each member's personal style. The stage had a great production. I love the idea of the tunnels, even though I don't know if they mean anything. What stands out the most is the huge production and the dynamic when they are changing stages. Again, there is no Suga, but they did a good job of putting on a big performance for this well-known Korean award show. This is basically another official music video. The outfits are the same as in the music video and the setting is an amusement park, which has many details such as the famous American's Got Talent X's, the car plate with the date of BTS's debut, the AGT sign, the hidden BTS and ARMY signs, the lights, the smoke, the fire. Everything is perfection. What stands out the most is the dynamic between the stage and the choreography. They sing in the street, on a roof, in a car, on top of a car, and on what appears to be a crane. This performance was for a TV show widely watched around the world, and although there is more than one official video, they all have many views. This is a very happy and cheerful performance with no choreography but a lot of personality with a live band. The outfits are retro with a lot of blue and orange, and I feel like all the outfits could have been worn by Fest from that 70s show. The setting is a studio or record store, characteristic of the Tiny Desk concerts. What stands out the most are their personalities, and if their personalities stand out, you know that it will be a very good performance. The setting reminds me of the 2019 Armypedia, which gives it a very personal feel. And by the way, this performance is very important. The Tiny Desk concerts are watched a lot. Many music fans discover artists through these videos, and this performance attracted many new fans. Not counting music videos, this is probably next to the Carpool Karaoke, one of the videos that attracted the wave of new fans in 2020.